Okay, hey guys, so now I'm going to make something out of the stuff that we basically harvested today. It's the 9th of February, so the harvest done on the 9th of February. So I'm basically going to be using some broccoli leaf, some cabbage leaves, um, and yeah. As we go along, I'll basically say what it is, or if I don't remember the name at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know what it is. Also guys, just a little bit of a disclaimer, this is the first time doing it, so I'll let you guys know at the end of this as well whether or not it's good, it's bad, and if you guys have any edits that you guys are going to do to it, please share and let us know. And if you're going to try it like exactly the way we're doing it, then definitely like let us know and tell us what you like think of it. So this is, I'm assuming this is a cabbage leaf, right? So I'm kind of breaking this little piece off over here, and I'm going to swirl this thing up. Not like too thin, you can do it finer if you want to. And then I'm just basically going to cut it into little mini strips. Okay, I think this is a broccoli leaf, so I'm just going to again cut out the stem. I mean, if you guys want to use the stem, it's kind of really a peculiar, an acquired taste. My palette isn't that mature yet, so I'm kind of cutting it out. And I think it's also the general thing to do. Hey? Okay, enjoy. So guys, you don't really have to throw these away. You could totally add them to like your compost heap, or use it as like a mulch. It's really important to mulch your gardens, and or create like organic homemade compost seeds, because they are generally healthier, and you'll find that your vegetables and plants will just be so much healthier, because like you don't have that added chemicals in, and you're actually receiving all of those nutrients and that type of thing. So you're just like allowing the nutrients to just like go back into the soil, so as you can see with the different leaves that I'm kind of chopping up, I'm keeping to the like little twirl, and then slicing. So it's gonna look a lot, but believe me, the moment it gets into the pot, it's going to look so little. Leaves have a funny way of doing that. If you guys have ever cooked with spinach, you'll find that like sometimes you have to use like 3 bunches of spinach to make like a pot for like 4 people, if you're gonna make like some sort of ingredient, because like it shrinks and just like goes pop and flow, and it just looks really little. Like a full bowl is like not even half a pot, So while I'm cutting up the stuffies, I put some brown lentils, into a pot. This is about a 4-liter pot. I put about, I think 100 grams, 150 grams of lentils in, and about 1.5 liters of water, literally just that. And then I'm putting it on a really low heat for now. Okay, so now that I've cut up all of these, and that's about the quantity that I have. Okay, so we kind of a little bit impatient here, so we making them already. That's kind of the consistency that we have. Again, guys, this is the first time we're doing this and we don't really know what to expect. So we're kind of making it like really like small, not too very thick. We're gonna make it like mini biscuits, soft biscuity type bread type of idea. We set the oven heat to, I'm going to say 190, 180 is a good bet. So 180, I've got my both grill stuffs on and just gonna let it get warm. As you can see, this is just kind of getting soft a little bit. And now I'm gonna rinse this again, just so that if there's any like residue and like stuff of that I didn't get the first time, make sure it's just I'm weird like that. So as you can see, this like in terms of the two pots, the size differences, right? So I'm just gonna let those leaves cook in some water on a high heat for like about maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I'm just gonna leave it to soak. And then I do not recommend doing this, guys. I mean you could get burnt. So feeling the hey, yep. So as you can see, that's the current texture of my lentils. So like they're kind of far from done, but that's fine. But remember, guys, that doesn't take long to cook, so you gotta watch it. And you need to remember that sometimes the nutrients cook out of this and goes into the water. And we're not going to be throwing the water away. We're going to be adding the water to this 4-liter pot. So this is kind of basically after say 10 minutes on 180 degrees. It's basically only mini meal, guys. It tastes interesting, I won't lie, but I feel like it's missing something. If anyone has any idea on what it's missing, that would be great. If you could like let us know.
It's a really good.
Yeah. I think it's definitely quite a bit filling. Maybe it's just because I ate now. Returning back to this station, as you can see, it's starting to bubble and it's starting to like descend into oblivion. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. So guys, when we put this in the oven, we actually put some oil on the thing just so that it doesn't get stuck at the bottom, because this isn't like a non-stick thing either. But I think even if you have a non-stick thing, maybe you should kind of just, if you have like a non-stick spray or like baking paper, that would be like nice to do. I'm literally just, making sure the top leaves are in the water. It's a little bit too full to like really turn it over, but if you see, there's like a lot of space at the bottom. So like all the leaves have basically like risen to the top, but there's like nothing at the bottom. Like look at the difference. And you'll see that the water's kind of got like a green tinge to it. So that's like your nutrients that's actually going out of this, that's coming out of the plants. So that's why we're not going to throw away this water. We're going to continue, we're going to use it in the main dish. So now we're trying to figure out what it's missing. I mean, it might not be missing anything, but we think it's missing something. So now the first try is butter, some butter or margarine. I mean, it definitely tastes better.
Short.
So apparently, with butter or margarine, that does the job. Coming back to checking the little pots, as you can see, it's definitely gone down, right? And if you look at this side over here, the water's also definitely gone down a bit. So the water in this pot is about almost a liter, approximately. Please say that again.
According to Yusha, this tastes better than normal bread.
Yusha is my little assistant that you guys would have seen in the earlier video, and also my brother. He kind of helped pick the vegetables and stuff. So remember to always stir your pot in an anti-clockwise method. I don't really know what the thing is about an anti-clockwise method, but I don't know, my food always just seems to turn out better when I do it that way. Just make sure that nothing's getting stuck to the bottom. Remember, in this one here, we only have some lentils, and in this one here, we only have some broccoli leaves and some cabbage leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna add one of these into the lentils. So guys, I'm adding one of the two. So one of garden vegetable flavor cubes and one of green pepper and onion flavor cubes. So I didn't put any onions or anything yet. You need to remember that when you're putting these cubes in and stuff, right, it all depends on the size of your pot and the amount of ingredients that you're using. So if you're using a smaller pot, I would definitely recommend using like half of each. But because I'm using a 4-liter sized pot, I'm using the entire bit. So I'm throwing it in there. The stove is off, but as you can see, it's still warm. So I'm throwing both in. You can kind of see the difference in terms of like the color and stuff. Guys, be careful with these because, like, they sometimes have like a really high salt content. So you just need to, like, basically based on your preference, decide how much of each you want. Like, I definitely recommend playing around with it first and then deciding. So those little stalk stuff, they basically dissolve inside your pot. So I'm going to put the heat back on, but I'm not going to put it high. I'm going to put it on a low 2. So remember, previously it was cooking on about 3 for about 30 minutes, and texture of your lentils would be basically like it's like kind of really soft, if you can see that. Anyway, so Yusha, if you could just hold this and just face it like just like that. Thank you. So as you can see guys, I'm just pouring the entire thing in. Literally.
My hand's in the way.
I know. But no, don't zoom in. Right. So now I've basically got some lentils in here. Don't point at me. The pot is very important. Got some lentils in here, and I've got my leaves. Cool. So remember, this is a 4-liter pot, guys, and when I added the leaves and water in, it is now gone to 3 liters full. But remember, most of that is the water, right? And then the leaves. So essentially we're gonna let the water cook away just until maybe 2.5, maybe 2, depending on, like, you know, what starts to happen in our pot. Again, this is like a first time thing. We're trying to keep this as healthy as possible. Yeah, so I haven't added any salt yet, haven't added any pepper, none of that, like none of your general stuffs. Like, I should probably add some garlic, but I'm not too worried about that as yet. So I'm gonna let this cook away a little bit.